This is the story on a crazy theft that boggled the world's top detective agency for 6 whole years. Someone swiped a whopping $3.5 billion. Picture this, a phone call that is worth $3.5 billion, a tiny Cheetos container, and the person who should get the money decides they don't want it. Now, let's rewind to September 13, 2019. There's this guy, Jimmy Zhong, from a small town named Athens. He calls 911 to report a theft, but it's not chump change. It's a $400,000 This call was a game changer for him. Spelling trouble ahead also catches the attention of a curious cop. Jimmy, also known as the Party Boy, was known for splurging big amounts like $500,000 in bars, private jet trips, you just name it. Jimmy at one point treated his friends to a game of his beloved football team and whisked them away to Los Angeles on a private jet. It's safe to say that Jimmy had a wealth of cash at such a young age that it might have been overwhelming even for him. Coming back to our story, when no one could catch the thief, Jimmy brings in a private detective named Martinelli. She figures it might be someone close to Jimmy. Because of Jimmy's lifestyle and circle of friends, that's why Martinelli dove deep into the investigation, checking out Jimmy's personal life, including social media and bank transactions. The detective also wondered about Jimmy's income source for all that spending at a young age. Despite Jimmy claiming to be a Bitcoin trader and investor, Martinelli had her doubts. She pointed out that the guy seen entering Jimmy's house in the video knew the ropes, knowing when Jimmy wasn't home and when to make a move. This strongly suggested he was a close friend of Jimmy. Now, there's this cybercrime unit investigating a big crypto heist called Silk Road, where shady stuff went down. It was an online exchange notorious for facilitating activities such as trading weapons and drugs, operated with transactions conducted in bitcoins. In 2012, the exchange fell victim to a hack, resulting in the theft of 51,680 bitcoins from traders. Due to its illegal nature, the dark web platform kept the incident under wraps. Fast forward to the following year, Silk Road's owner was arrested. The FBI shut down the website, and they seized all the bitcoins in their possession, recovering 170,000 of them. However, the remaining 51,680 bitcoins were still missing, believed to have been pilfered by a hacker. They smell something fishy with Jimmy, who claims to be a Bitcoin trader. They wonder, how does a guy like him have so much money? The regional cybercrime unit started pondering if Jimmy Zhong had any ties to the pilfered Silk Road bitcoins. To crack the case, they needed to uncover Jimmy's Bitcoin address first. Fast forward to a meetup at Jimmy's place. Cops, pretending to investigate the $400,000 theft, asked Jimmy about his income source. They noticed something odd in his Bitcoin setup. Long story short, they find a connection to the Silk Road heist. They eat a search warrant, scour Jimmy's place, and guess where they find the loot? In a Cheetos container. Inside, a hard drive with 51,000 bitcoins, worth a cool $3.5 billion in 2020. Jimmy spills the beans. Confessing to the officers, Jimmy revealed that, to support his drug habit, he frequented the Silk Road exchange for drug purchases. In 2012, while withdrawing his own bitcoins, he noticed a website loophole. Leveraging his blockchain knowledge, Jimmy started withdrawing bitcoins from other users too, amassing a total of 51,680 bitcoins. The Silk Road owner, unable to involve the police, messaged Jimmy privately, inquiring about the discovered loophole. In a curious turn, Jimmy spilled the beans, and in exchange, the Silk Road owner pardoned the stolen bitcoins. Finally, in 2023, Jimmy gets a sentence for wire fraud, the biggest Bitcoin heist in US history. The FBI even tries to find the original owners of the bitcoins. They puts out a notice to the actual owners of the 51,000 seized bitcoins, urging anyone affected by the 2012 Silk Road crypto heist to step up and file a claim. The surprising twist: not a soul came forward. Why? Well, doing so would imply having an account on Silk Road, and the only takeaway from that is involvement in some shady business.